Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. There you see the starters defensively for Jacksonville. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There have been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
No. Check. Patriots! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number? Let's say 200.
And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Dante Pettis, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season that's gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And incomplete there. A nice base hit jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive. Looking at another one here, just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Pettis with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The numbers for him from a week ago. 21 carries, 85 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league. And they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here. Out of the gun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Ted McKinley in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Potter. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talking about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic, he can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
And
the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, let it now to throw it. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wide open receiver complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
Walletta feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
He's going to get it running right. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the
heavy rush, and down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
All right, here we go.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Tech McKinley getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority.
Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. Sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
We always talk about, we always look for guys with fresh legs down the stretch of a long NFL season. Well, in Week 16, he was the AFC Player of the Week, and looks like he's going to be strong for Week 17 as well.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, it's Woods. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Marquette King now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Right back to him on first down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to throw, Lauletta. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Titans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it, despite all the extra contact and people around it.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 34 yards there and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think will help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. A final shot before the break for Lauletta. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Pettis as time expires in the first half. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And this is going to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff looking right. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tack McKinley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Potter. Touchdown, Titans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Send him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he was really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Gone!
Loletta to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. A quick hitter complete. It's Potter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window could. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
this defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Patriot!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 7. Second and 4. On second down, Michelle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Here's Lawletta. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Leopard!
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? Looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Kyle Lawletta taking it in. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him again. And that's his 6th sack of the ball game. One off the NFL record of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision.
And he's going to go down again. Tack McKinley in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The great blocking nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Jaguars getting set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Michelle. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Tack McKinley in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141 and a half.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Tack McKinley in there yet again. They can't block him, and now with 8 sacks, he has set a new single-game record. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. And I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win.